This is a $300 MacBook Pro from 2012. But is it worth it? Now this MacBook is a 2.9 GHz fully spec'd out version. You can pick one right now around $300 to $400, but is it really a Pro? You get every single port that is missing on a new MacBook Pro right here. You get the MagSafe, the Ethernet, the FireWire, Thunderbolt, two USB 3s, an SD card reader, a headphone jack, and a battery indicator. On the other side, you get a super drive and a lock slot. One fun fact, the power button is actually a cutout inside the aluminum chassis. There's a dedicated button just to check the battery percentage and a button just to eject the super drive. Now the keyboard has fat keys and it is really fun to use. Even though the butterfly mechanism is missing, it does glow at night. And Apple is not doing this anymore, but the Apple logo on the back of this MacBook actually glows. Now the biggest deal breaker for me or for anyone about this MacBook Pro would be the display. It's really bad. It's a non-Retina MacBook Pro, so it's kind of glary, pixelated, and reflects a lot. So if you take it out, you can barely see anything in the sun, and you can literally see every single pixel on this MacBook Pro. Also, the speakers on this MacBook are really terrible. No sound at all. They're so quiet you won't even listen to them 2 feet away. One of them is actually above the keyboard, and the other one is actually up front on the aluminum chassis. Now, in the beginning of the video, I said this is a fully spec'd out MacBook Pro. This thing has a dual-core i7 processor that is actually clocked at 2.9 GHz. That is also upgradable, and there are 8 gigs of RAM that can be upgraded to 16 gigabits, and there is a 1 terabyte 5400 RPM hard drive. This thing does not have a flash drive or an SSD, so the clock speeds for read and write may not be sick fast, but considering the price, this thing actually gets the job done. And there's a 720p FaceTime camera. It also says MacBook Pro up front, which the Retina models did not. And if you remember in the MacBook Air video, I said that the MacBook Air is thinner than one iPhone. This thing actually is thicker than 2 iPhones. But the question is still not answered. Is it worth it? Now if you remember in the MacBook Air video, I said that this thing is really good, but it's not a Pro, so it doesn't get all the jobs done. Now this thing is really a Pro. And if you can mind the bad speakers and the bad display, I think for $300, this thing is a really great deal. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below if you'll actually like to buy one of these or not. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until then, peace.